Today on the channel, the Monday Night Wars begin again with Monday Night Wars Series 2, the Walmart exclusive wave. And today, we build the Teddy Long Build-A-Figure, and we rank the entire wave from my least favorites to my favorite.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel set rankings and Build-A-Figure build. As today, we're tackling Monday Night Wars Series 2, the Walmart exclusive line. Of course, available at Walmart's right now, hopefully, or at least should be a little bit more in the weeks to come here as I am filming this. But these are a Walmart exclusive line, but for everything else under the sun, Mattel, WWE, hit up Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. But of course, you guys know how we do these set rankings videos. First, we do the Build-A-Figure. Take a look at that. Then in the back half, we do the rankings. But let's start it off with the Build-A-Figure, as I did say right here. But today we got Teddy Long, referee Teddy Long. And this isn't the first Elite Teddy Long figure we've had. We'll do some comparisons in a little bit here as well. But let's build this Teddy Long really quick. Let's throw those legs on. Of course, just snap in there with the torso. Pop these arms in. You never know what you're going to get with a Build-A-Figure, be it from Mattel, Marvel Legends, McFarlane. Sometimes they go together smooth, sometimes they fight you. This one, thankfully, Teddy Long, he's playing the game. He's playing the game right here. But let's dive into these hands here first on Teddy. Unbelievable amount of hands that we got with this, but he is a referee, and referees convey a lot of emotion, of course, through their hand signals, and that's what we get with Teddy Long here. But we get two pointing finger hands, of course. We get the peace sign brother hands. We get both of those there. Or maybe he's throwing up the two. Choose your own adventure. We get the splayed out, a.k.a. the counting hands on him here. And then we get the 3 count hands. The dreaded 3 count. You never want to be on the business end of a 3 count. But we do get those hands there. And I guess we'll just pick 2 hands to throw on old Teddy Long. We'll give him 1 splayed out hand. And then no fists for Teddy. He's not throwing any punches as a referee apparently today, as we see here. And I'm going to give him, you know, the pointer finger. He's going to give somebody the business if he needs to. Old Peanut Head Teddy Long, of course, as he's known as. I knew him for the first time ever when he was like the Skyscrapers and Doom's manager back in the day in the NWA WCW. Of course, many knew him before that as a referee before. So it'd be cool to get a throwback Teddy Long referee. Get the glasses on there, maybe that little skullet he used to have back in the day. That might not be a bad look. But it is cool to get Teddy Long in the line once again. Have to imagine we'll get another Teddy Long in the future. I could see him being part of like one of these greatest hits or vault collections, or maybe just a straight up Commissioner Teddy Long in the future. We'll see what ends up happening there. But right now, we're talking about referee Teddy Long, which was always kind of strange because we remember him coming over as a referee, and I think a lot of people, myself included, well, why isn't he not managing? Why is he refereeing again? Kind of the Bill Alfonso type thing. We saw Bill Alfonso do some of that as well. But Teddy Long was always a favorite of mine, an interesting character to say the least, and a super nice guy. At least I met him briefly at an indie show long ago. I didn't have any issues with him. I guess I didn't have any long, detailed conversations. But I know he's a good friend of course, the APA, the Godfather, a lot of guys over the years. And he's a smiling chap. He's even depicted with a nice smile on his face here. But all day long, somebody hands me this head. I know it's Teddy Long. There's old Teddy Long himself. Got a little soul patch going on, a little mustache, very bright eyes, and a nice smile on him as well. Big old bald head that we know with Teddy most of the time, as well as that. Now, we do get the old referee zebra shirt. He's going to punch in at Foot Locker after his refereeing duties are done, I think. Got the collar going on. Not super high, so no power moves being played here by Teddy Long today. But we do got this same zebra outfit referee shirt that we saw with John Cone. But the big difference between John Cone would be obviously the head sculpt different and the skin tone variances. Besides that, though, it's going to be the same as the John Cone figure we recently unboxed on the channel here. Another good figure, though. But he does got the skin on the arms, of course, the black skin here. And we talked about the hands, all that kind of fun stuff. Now, he just got the Build-A-Figure body down here as far as the legs go. Got that T movement there, those big old splits. Got the thigh cut there. Double jointed pin knees, of course. Ankles back and forth. Guess should just do all the articulation while we're at it. You got the ab crunch. You got the waist. Arms go all the way around for us. Got the bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows. We're here for that. Hands removable. Head removable back and forth, side to side. And I guess theoretically, if you want to be a customizer, you find a suited body somewhere, you could always take this Teddy Long head and make a custom Teddy Long, Commissioner Teddy Long of SmackDown. He could go one-on-one with The Undertaker if you wanted to do that kind of stuff. You could easily do that if that is your thing, for sure. But we got Teddy Long here, and he fits on a ringside collectible stand as well. So very, very cool. Always great to get a referee, even for kids that don't even know who Teddy Long is. Maybe they've passed him by. It is just great to get a referee to use, of course, in your Fig Fed, your playing days. And it's cool to get these referees, just if you're a fan of referees and you're a fan of wrestling history, it is cool to get here. And I feel like the Build-A-Figure way is the perfect way to give us referees. You get a lot of reuse from them. It's just basically a different head, but a lot of us would like referees in our collection, and I think it would be cool to have a referee shelf in our collection one of these days as well. So this Teddy Long, I'm definitely here for this. I'm definitely here for stuff like this. Like it a whole lot. We did get John Cone. I did mention that. You got John Cone, you got Teddy Long. You can choose what referees you want doing your match, but it's cool to get some of these. Of course, we got Dangerous Danny Davis back in the day as well in the old school department. I guess you could almost throw this Teddy Long stuff on that Dangerous Danny Davis as well. You could kind of customize that. You'd have to do the neck up a little bit, but you could do that and have an old school Teddy Long referee back in the NWA days as well. So there's some customizing opportunities with this Teddy Long, if you ask me. And then speaking of Teddy Long, look at that. We got that one. He's thugging and a bugging right here. It's the old school Build-A-Figure Teddy Long. Pretty hard to find in this day and age. It'll be interesting to see if we get something like this. I would love it. So if they re-release this as Greatest Hits Vault, go for it, but just change his suit to black. That's what I would love to see. I think that appeases longtime collectors, and it makes new collectors happy that, hey, I got a Teddy Long, and does people really care that much difference between a brown and a black suit? And it just, yeah, it just works for me better. But it is what it is. You guys choose your own adventure, as we always do say. But a very good Teddy Long. I got no issues with this. There's not a lot of bells and whistles to it. It is just a referee, but it is cool to have referee figures in our collection. And I think the Build-A-Figure way is about the best way to give them to us here, or maybe throw them with a ring, something like that. But very fun one. Teddy Long, now John Cone. We got all the referees. You got 2 referees. Who will be the next one? It'll be interesting if maybe one day we get an Earl Hebner. I think that's probably the next referee a lot of people would want. We'll see if that happens in the future. But there it is, Teddy Long, Build-A-Figure. Now, we got to rank the entire way from my least favorite to my favorite. All right, here we are. Set rankings time as we rank Monday Night Wars Series 2, the Walmart exclusive line from my least favorite to my favorite. You guys have probably seen these before, but if not, of course, you get your favorites. We got 5 figures here. You start at number 5, work your way to number 1. Number 1 is your favorite. Of course, as a reminder, this is my list, so it is 100% correct, but your list can also be 100% correct. Make sure you put your list in the comments down below. But this is an interesting line, a line that speaks to a lot of collectors out there, and really kind of a Legends line in a lot of ways. I could easily classify it as Walmart's version of the Legends line, and I like what they're doing here. I'm excited where it's going. It'll be interesting to see how Series 3 resonates. I'm really excited for that Disciple Build-A-Figure. I think that's really cool. In the future, we do know we got a Virgil or Vincent NWO, geez, easy for me to say, Build-A-Figure as well. So an interesting line here. It'll be interesting how deep this line does go, though, because I do think, unfortunately, they're probably going to run out of bodies to put in this line, but we'll see what happens in the future. But very excited for Series 3. Can't wait to get those in our hands. Hopefully later this summer, we'll see what happens there. But we got 5 figures here. We got to put them in order. I do like this set, but it's... all together, it's better than individually is what I'll say. There's some good figures here. I don't know if there's any great figures, but they're truly moment-in-time figures is what we got going on, which I do appreciate, though, at the end of the day. So now we're going to start at number 5. Somebody's got to be last place, and for me, very easy. It is going to be the Triple H figure. Just little to no meat on the bone here. It's just not what we were really wanting here, I don't think, for a Triple H. I mean, I get it. It's an easy repaint. It keeps the cost down, things like that. It's just... very, very plain Jane. So, but Triple H, a big part of the Monday Night Wars, has to be represented somewhere. At least we got something a little bit different with this one as far as a repaint of the tights and a little bit different on the head. But it is what it is. Triple H can be number 5 for me. Then I'm going to number 4. And I'm going Rey Mysterio Jr. I like this Rey. You know, he's jumping out the sky all the way from the old 619 San Diego. I like this Rey enough. It's cool to get a flashback Rey, but pretty plain Jane. And when we know that we were originally going to get the unmasked version, it kind of hurts this one a little bit in my brain. I can't get over that fact that was pulled out from under us after seeing it at San Diego Comic-Con 2023. Hopefully they find a home for that in the future. Like I said in the video, I think ringside, I think would be a perfect place to stick something like that. It would fly a little bit more under the radar besides mass retail. So maybe that's a future possibility. We'll see what ends up happening. But I'm going to put old Rey here at number 4, which brings us to the middle of the pack. We're going to go to number 3 here. And I'm going to go to old Teddy Long, referee Teddy Long. I think this is well-deserved. I would love to see more Teddy Longs in the line. I think it is deserved there. But it is just a referee at the end of the day. It's one of those ancillary characters. I don't think this can be a front rower in anybody's collection, but it is what it is. But it is cool, and I do enjoy a Build-A-Figure, so this works for me at number 3, which leads us down to the final 2, which is kind of ironic here between these two, as you can see. Same character, different gimmicks, I guess we'll call it in a lot of ways. But pretty easy for me to decide between these two. I'm going to go, of course, number 2, Kevin Nash. Old Fake Diesel at number 1. I love this Nash here. I like how you can remove the hair and the hat and you can mix it up a little bit there. I think that is cool. But at the end of the day, it is very plain Jane. It is truly a moment in time Kevin Nash. This isn't a Kevin Nash you're going to use all the time. But it is very cool. Of course, his first appearance in WCW. Pretty noteworthy. I think we all would agree on that. Very cool figure. It's just not the greatest figure ever. But I would say number 1 is not the greatest figure ever. But what it is a moment in time once again. But it is a deep, deep, deep cut. And I love that kind of stuff. Now, if you're a guy that just dabbles in the collecting or you're brand new, probably not going to do a lot for you. But I think a lot of long-time collectors, people that have been around the Mattel line for a long time, they enjoy stuff like this. This is something different. Feels fun. It feels different. I'm happy to get this. I just hope we get the Razor in the future. It's pretty close between these two, but I had a feeling this guy would be number 1. Just love the idea of the whole thing. And it is very, very cool to have after all these years in action figure form. So there it is. Monday Night Wars Series 2. My set rankings. What are your set rankings? Once again, put them in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel for videos every single day. And of course, don't forget about our Patreon for early access to all these videos much earlier than traditional YouTube. And best of all, you support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And of course, at Amazon and Barnes & Noble with my book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstars series by yours truly, just shy of 700 pages. Appreciate the support over there. And then, of course, don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for the Monday Night Wars Series 2, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.